It's Saturday the 26th of August 2017 and I'm at Y to continue walking along Pilgrims Way. I now need to walk the 1.5 miles or so from Y station to join the route of Pilgrims Way. Now at the junction where the North Downs Way splits, either going via Canterbury or via Folkestone, and this is where we also rejoin the route of Pilgrims Way, which is up there following the North Downs Way route via Canterbury. Here Pilgrims Way is a pleasant hedged path. Later the path follows the edge of this field. Pleasant view ahead. Further on, Pilgrims Way crosses the hedge via a kissing gate and then follows the edge of this field. We're now approaching Boughton Lees Church. And now at Boughton Lees Church. And there's another view of Boughton Lees Church. On leaving the church, we cross that stile you can see ahead. Now following this path across the middle of a field with great views all around. Over to the right, superb views of Y Downs. We come to this road and continue directly opposite on the track ahead. From the track, sweeping views to the right over Y Downs. And there's the track ahead. The track ends and the way continues as a narrow path. The narrow path bears left and continues with some decent views. We now turn right off the path and we're leaving the North Downs Way to go along here. Pilgrims Way now heads downhill along the edge of this field with great views ahead. We're now crossing this extremely large field. The path is just about visible. Crossing that field was awful, but on the other side we turn right onto this enclosed path. The walk now turns along this main road for about a mile. Fortunately there's a pavement. We turn left off the main road down this small road to Godmersham. Now passing Godmersham Church. Pilgrims Way now turns right along this road with a wall on the left. At the end of the road in the last clip, we cross this parkland. Pilgrims Way subsequently goes up this hedged path. We come to this junction with great views and Pilgrims Way goes down there along that hedge track. It turns right. Now along this field with a wood on the right. We now go through this tall gate and continue. After the gate, Pilgrims Way rejoins the route of North Downs Way along this wide track. Shortly we join this metal road or track. Now heading for Chilham along the metal track, and there's a view over to the right ahead. Now entering Chilham we go up there, School Hill. Now at the square in Chilham. Now passing Chilham Church and a war memorial. We now bear left away from the church along this path. This is also North Downs Way as well as Pilgrims Way. The path in the last clip joins a small road. We come to this main road, cross and continue straight ahead. The road on the other side of the main road is called Long Hill. And there it is. This is the route we take. Still ascending Long Hill. Now at the junction at Old Wives Lees, and there's the village sign, and Pilgrims Way continues up there straight ahead. Hooray, we eventually get off the roads along this path. The path now crosses this field and there are great views all around that way. Now climbing steeply uphill along this path. Near the top there's an astonishing view looking back the way I've come. At the top the path goes along the edge of this field. Still on Pilgrims Way and North Downs Way. The path now enters this orchard. Now on this wide path through the orchard. Later the path runs downhill. At the bottom of the slope in the last clip, Pilgrims Way turns left to go under this railway. Next we bear right up this footpath. At the top of the rise, from the footpath in the last clip, we turn left along this concrete track. Great views over to the right. And there's the track. At this fork we're taking the left-hand branch, whereas North Downs Way takes the right fork, so we're leaving North Downs Way again. Now in the hamlet of Chartham Hatch, and straight ahead is the route. Not sure if it was clear in the last clip I was trying to show you, but here's the confirmation of the name of the road straight ahead. And that's the way forward. After leaving Chartham Hatch, the road goes through Highfield Wood. Still continuing along the road, which is quite busy and not very pleasant. At this bend we take the small road up there, which is actually labelled Pilgrims Way. Hopefully it's going to be quieter. Later the road that is Pilgrims Way goes steeply downhill. As the road descends, there's a view over part of Canterbury ahead. We come to a junction with this road, turn left for a few yards and then through those posts along that footpath. The path follows the right-hand boundary of this narrow field. Before too long, the path ends at a road. We turn right along the road, which then crosses this busy main road, and we've rejoined the route of North Downs Way when we joined the road at the point of the last clip. At this point North Downs Way turns to the right just after the road bridge, but we continue along the road. Now entering the village of Harbledown. There's the village sign. And still following the road ahead. We pass Harbledown Church on the left. We now pass the War Memorial in Harbledown, also on the left. Now joining a main road, there's a view of Canterbury Cathedral ahead. Now heading up London Road in Canterbury. Now passing St Dunstan's Church, Canterbury. Next we turn right along St Dunstan Street, which is turning right at that junction. We now head through Canterbury City's West Gate. Now heading along St Peter's Street, Canterbury. Now heading for the Cathedral. Now in the High Street, Canterbury. We now turn left along Mercery Lane, down there. Now in the Butter Market. All that needs to be done now is to go through Christchurch Gate to reach the Cathedral. And there is Canterbury Cathedral, completely covered in scaffolding. And the end of today's walk along Pilgrims Way, and the completion of Pilgrims Way between Winchester and Canterbury.